Well, in tonight, so I thought, well, might as well make 1990 video. I'm just having fun with this. I thought it'd be cool to, discuss, films I grew up with and wrestling events I enjoyed through the years, through all my years, since it's the big 3-0 this year. Might as well make the most of it. Yeah, let's jump right into the 1990s. I always, look back at the 90s as my best decade, happiest, most legit happiest decade. I wish that weren't the case, but it is what it is. I just think, my mom and sister and family made my childhood so special and exciting at Christmas times and birthdays, like I've mentioned in my 1988 video. And also, I mean, Rangers were fucking dominant. Films were good. I'll get to my favorite film in the next video. Um, there's a lot of good shit in the 90s. Music was quite rocking as well. Maybe not so good as the 80s, but there's a lot of decent tunes in the 90s. Um, I mean, wrestling. Wrestling was, it had its two boom periods, from the mid 80s to the late 80s, and then a boom period in the late 90s. And, the next generation, and even the stuff, the transitional bit before that was, yeah, I thought was pretty good, much better than today's WWE. I thought I'd talk about a particular weekend that happened in the 90s. Now, this would have been awesome. I wasn't quite old enough to, I wasn't a fan of WWF. I wasn't quite old enough to go to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but I was looking things up, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the only good Turtles film, the only one you should check out, um, arrived in cinemas on the Friday, and then on the Sunday was WrestleMania 6, which has one of the greatest WrestleMania main events in general of all time. Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior, and that must have been hell of a weekend. If you're a fan of the Turtles and WWF back then, well, what a treat that weekend would have been. Let's discuss WrestleMania 6, shall we? It is a one-match show, but I love the atmosphere throughout WrestleMania 6. It's beautiful to look at. The Toronto Sky Dome has this nice awe to it. The Canadian fans are always great. I thought they were fantastic at last year's Survivor Series. And, the main event, the Ultimate Challenge, these two enormous characters going one-on-one, two wrestlers that are actually over the crowd. And when I first got into wrestling, all the kids loved Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. They were both mega over. And sometimes Warrior, it was neck and neck, And I wouldn't be surprised there was a time that Warrior was slightly more over than Hulk, and I think he was for a brief time. But I mean, when I first discovered this match as a kid, I was so excited to see it, and I just loved it. The entrances, the electricity, and even watching it back. I think there's a goosebump moment. I think it's when Hogan kicks out with a big splash and he's hulking up, and that always gives me goosebumps. That moment, because you think, oh my god, and then he misses the leg drop. Warrior catches him a big splash, and like, is he actually going to beat Hulk Hogan, the immortal Hulk Hogan? Going to get beat clean here? It was one of the, without doubt, one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time. Perhaps today's WWE audience may not appreciate it as much as the kids growing up watching this. Um, but if you were growing up, in the Hulkamania era and Warrior, this match was fucking gold. That's what it was. As for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, might as well talk about that since we're talking about the 90s. And I think for a while it was wrestling, Turtles, and Rangers. Took over my life. I could probably still go back and watch the old Turtle cartoons as well. Um, as for the movie, the movie I've actually watched recently in recent years, and it's still an enjoyable watch. Much better than the Michael Bay films. My God. Um, and Shredder's badass. He kicks all the turtles' asses. I loved that as a kid because I was a big fan of Shredder. Um, I wasn't too impressed with how easy Splinter defeated him, so sort of ruined it at the end. But overall, I thought the film was pretty damn good for a Turtles film, and when you compare it to the Michael Bay releases, I mean, there's just no comparison. I think a lot of the films today just rely on CGI too much, and it just kills it for me. Much prefer live action with a sensible mix of CGI. If it gets used too much, then I'm out. So there's those two gems, the Turtles film and WrestleMania 6 was good. I mean, the debut of The Undertaker Survivor Series. I mean, what would the WWE have been without The Undertaker? He has been their backbone for, over 26 odd years. He's retired now, unfortunately. But, I mean, for over 25 years, he was, the backbone of WWF and a huge part of WrestleMania. Um, I've got kind of good memories from the 1990. I remember being very excitable for my third birthday, and I joined the swimming club, Harbour Swimming Club. Stupid name, but I got good memories from the swimming club at Summerhill. Summerhill School doesn't exist anymore. It's the only school I enjoyed, and the the other two I went to still exist, and the one I enjoyed is demolished and has been sitting empty across the road for about 5 years. Ridiculous. But I enjoyed my time. I'm wanting to start swimming again. Not sure where I'll go, but once I'm back on my feet, I'm definitely going to take up swimming again. And exercises your whole body, and I enjoy swimming. It's good for you. So over 8 minutes in this 90-night video, I've rambled on here, so I'm going to stop here. But I'm out tomorrow. Believe it or not, I'm going to a UFC event tomorrow. It's for a stag do. Best mate loves. I'm his best man at his wedding. He loves the UFC, so I'll go. Obviously, I'd go for him, and it'll be good company. There's a few of us going, and I hope the fighters put on a good show for him tomorrow night, and I think it'll be a good laugh. It's just not my cup of tea, if I'm being honest. See you all for video 1991.